What's up, Internet? So, this is me talking about the fires in Los Angeles. I had recently toured Malibu and the Palisades 2 years ago. Um, it's where I realized I loved scooters. I took my first scooter rides there and fell in love. I own two now. Um, I thought Malibu was cool. They just let me post up. I lived out of my car in the with the rich people. Um, to me, it had a layer of desolation to it. To me, it's really sad if you can't. There's not much to burn out there. There's like the whole thing got caught on fire. There's not much to burn. Like I am a forest fire person. I do. I don't make forest fires, but I use like natural substances in forests to make fires. In my opinion, it's tough to let that thing go out of control. It really is. I've seen embers blowing into dry brush and nothing caught. Um, Also, I'm a firebender, so I've done the mystical awarenesses and controlled fire with my body, but walked through fire, that sort of stuff. I do charcoal speed art. Um, I definitely think that the the situation with the uber rich is that the slave dollar is printed at people's debt and taxed, and it doesn't go to any ordinary citizen, and so most of them have to work. And so, owning slave dollars or that mentality that I deserve something nice, no, I get it, is inherently toxic. It's like uh, dirty. Um, I don't feel bad for them. See, here's what you should do. You should build out of a concrete bubble house. You should get yourself some steel rods. It's like bendy steel. What you do is you inflate a bubble, and then you cover that with steel rods, and then you concrete it, and you deflate the bubble, and then you have a bubble house. And what you could do is you could put like a ring of sprinklers on top to radiate water down the bubble house. And then you don't need anything else. You can just live in your bubble house. You could have a water electrolysis machine and let the fire burn. It will skip you. That's better. But what they do instead is they go, it's got to be made out of wood. I need this giant wood POS. Um, and I need palm trees everywhere, which a palm tree is just basically like a high wind. If a palm tree catches fire in high wind or falls over, that's a spread fire. So, yeah. You couldn't figure out how to do something with the ocean? Listen, people, they've always gone like, ocean's impossible. No, it's not. The ocean's not impossible. Water boils at 200 degrees. A magnifying lens produces 1,440. You can't have an ocean distillery putting water in like high hill basins. There was a million things they could have done, but having a lavish palace was the only priority, and everything else wasn't important, which is typical rich people thinking. As long as I'm okay, who cares? So, I have driven like the Malibu Hills, I've driven the Palisades, I've slept on the Palisades. Um, uh, my grandpa lives in Sherman Oaks, you know. Uh, I definitely think that it's filled with brush, burnable brush. I remember there was a fire station up at an area, you know. They never bothered me. I slept near there, like on a trail outcropping. I don't know who started the fire. Could have been a cigarette. People drive those hills. They're like when I say Malibu and desolation, you really have to go up like the back roads, and these are super rich properties. Like people have huge acreage for one home, right? And it has like it's desolate. It's like a there's the ocean right there, but it's dry, right? So I definitely think that you could make like a something that collects water and then uses a magnifying lens to superheat it and to send like the distilled stuff up a hill. You could do that. A solar water distillery that adds to like giant water basins on top of hills. I think that's possible. Um, but yeah, did they deserve it? Oh yeah. I can't imagine. They found like girls spread shoulder to shoulder under the Getty. They look past all their horrible practices, but they are pedophiles. They support circumcision, and they like when they go like God bless you, they mean like get circumcised, be less, right? It's an attack wish, um, and they like virgin females, and they get them young. So I mean, like that thing burned down, nice. The only thing that's sad is they have backup houses. And I'm saying this as a person who's never owned a home. I have never owned a home, probably never will. I'll be happy with, a self recharging live in. I even think like those mobile homes are gaudy. You have a countertop in your car. I think that's so bizarre. I'm not with that. Um, yeah, I did years of work online just with my steering wheel. Um, yeah, I think it deserved to burn. They were making bad products that Hollywood films will leave a problem in your head. It's done by people who hate everyone. As long as I get a palace, who cares? And are willing to show you anything to get there. Um, they're duplicitous. They're scared. They almost never do new, interesting things. They wait till something's already popular looking before they care. Yeah, Hollywood sucks. I'm glad it burned down. I've lived under the sign. I've lived, I have family who are Emmy Award winners, and I've toured Malibu. They tolerated me, so that's the one thing I have to say for them is they didn't kick me out. They just accepted me, which was cool. Um, but it is like the problem with rich people is they want to have the nicest stuff in the best spot, and they don't want to do anything for it. What are you gonna do? I'm a star. I'm just that popular. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I could fake all my numbers with some paid views like they do. They do that. A publisher, if a publisher supports you, hey, here's 100 grand to make this guy look popular. It will. Oh wow, dude, you got millions of likes. Everybody likes you, and what you get is you fool average people, which is why it's so dirty. It's like, why is that cool? So yeah, I'm glad Hollywood burned down. The people it affected have multiple homes. They're definitely not going to be lacking a place to live. Um, and their insurance, however that works, will just rebuild it. And the reason it burnt down is they are stupid. That is the reason. They built out of wood. They didn't care about the brush building up. And they can't use the ocean at all. It's too hard to figure out how to use ocean water, you know? So I just gave you like a really simple. You could probably run with vacuum pressure an automatic distiller that uses magnifying lens energy to automatically cook the seawater. I guarantee that's possible. You may not even need a pump, right? You could fill these like hilltop basins. But they didn't think to do that. That was too hard. We're just gonna fucking have everything burned down, which they might be doing on purpose to hide who they are. So, yeah. I definitely don't trust them. Not at all. The P word is accurate for them. It is. They want to sabotage baby boys so little girls are virgins for them. And the Hollywood stinks. I don't watch movies. If you go watch a movie, you're going to leave with a headache. You're going to get a bunch of stuff you didn't need. So, I don't own any homes. They were cool for not kicking me out when I visited. There was one spot that kicked me out, but it was like kind of like, the Reno 911 crew fake arrested me. Took a shit behind their couch. But yeah, I would have been a really cool Hollywood star, but I could have ended like that never ending story guy. I'm kind of glad I chose to do focus on circumcision and holographic speed painting. It was more honest to your real problems. Sad. Hey, sorry it burnt down, but I don't. You burned me way more times before that happened to you. You know, Hollywood's so fake. It's the worst. It is. It's the worst. Um, I'm glad their stinky rotten hole fucking burned to the ground. I wish more burns.